Well, all right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be studios. And, well, sometimes Monday videos become Tuesday videos. And, well, this is one of those weeks. Anyway, well, I am doing another track versus track. And, well, I'll tell you right now. I'm working on an epic Monday video. I am in the process of preparing and getting ready to work on... I'm working on an epic Monday video that's going to take you like on location shooting the works. It's not going to be up next week, maybe the next week, but basically that's something that I'm working on. And so I'm just doing a bunch of track versus tracks in the interim. It's kind of like when Brian Wilson was making Pet Sounds and he kind of needed something to throw out there to satiate the record label and the fans, and so he threw Beach Boys Party out there. That's kind of what these track versus tracks are, except I'm not just throwing them out. These are chosen with care and with purpose. Especially next week, so you'll see what it is. But this week, I decided, since I'm late, and it is late, actually, while I'm shooting this, I'm going to give you a triple. A track versus track versus track. And you're going, get on with it, will you? Quit babbling. Well, I'm doing the Association. Now, I don't know how many Association fans watch my channel, but, well, if you're not an Association fan, you're wrong, okay? But this is for the Association fans among you, and maybe some people who haven't watched my channels before, or who are clicking because they saw the Association. Well, yeah. Well, I'm doing what I would consider the big three. The big three of the Association. Inside Out. Versus Birthday. Versus the self-titled album. Yeah, I feel like a lot of bands have kind of the big three, right? And for me, the big three for the Association is these three albums. Now, basically what this is going to be down to, for the uninitiated, is I rank the tracks. I rank the tracks on each album from my least favorite on up to my favorite, and I put them against one another in that order. And so let's get started at last. Let's get started. So, tally sheet. Most important, the tally sheet. Insight, Birthday, Association. Okay. All right. So now, Inside Out and Birthday each have 11 tracks, and the self-titled has 12. So track number 12 on the Association self-titled isn't going up against anything, but what I have ranked at the bottom for that album is Broccoli. Yes, Broccoli. Russ Giguire basically trying to be Smiley Smile era Brian Wilson, I guess. Trying to be weird and cool and whatever, trying to do a vegetables kind of thing. Doesn't work. Anyway, so that's going against nothing, but you know what? It still loses. All right, let's go on to the actual competitions here. So, okay, what I have coming in at number 11 on Inside Out is Requiem for the Masses, which is the final track on that album. I don't dislike the track, but it's definitely my least favorite. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know, Snoopy meets Snoopy and the Red Baron or whatever. It's just like, it has really great, beautiful vocals on it because that's how the Association rolls, but I just don't love the track that much. And that goes against what I have at number 11 on Birthday, which is the bus song. Now the bus song, that's kind of like, it's very Turtles-ish. It kind of has that bouncy Eleanor sort of keyboard, beep, 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 beep. But this came out before Eleanor, so. And also, those two are going up against what I have at number 11 on the self-titled, which is I Am Up for Europe. And that is a Brian Cole and Jules Alexander co-write. And Jules Alexander had been out of the band for a couple of years, or a couple of albums, and he just came back on the self-titled. And he came back, oh my god, he came in punching on this album, but we'll get to that. Alright, so I have to choose between Requiem for the Masses, the bus song, and I Am Up for Europe. And, wow, is that easy. That's actually very easy. The bus song. Yeah, come on, the bus song takes that with ease. I mean, I'm up for Europe. I like okay within the context of the record, but standing alone by itself, going up, well, something like the bus song. Sorry. Okay, so coming at number 10 on Inside Out, I have Wantin' Ain't Gettin'. And that's Brian Cole and Russ Giguere. Now, that goes up against what I have coming at number 10 on Birthday, which is Toy Maker. Yeah, ooh, that's Kirkman and Jim Yester. Yeah, Terry Kirkman and Jim Yester on that. Ooh, that's a good one. See, now, Birthday, I mean, let's be real here. Birthday is the best of these three. But, it's still fun to see how this ends up stacking up track versus track. I mean, it's bangers even at the very bottom of the list on Birthday for me. Wantin' Ain't Gettin', Toy Maker, well, those go up against what I have at number 10 on the self-titled album, which is Boy on the Mountain. And well, Terry Kirkman co-wrote that one with Richard Thompson, actually, interestingly enough. And, it's okay. I like that track, but I don't love it. Wantin' Ain't Gettin', like it, don't love it. Toy Maker. Yeah, Toy Maker, easy win for Toy Maker. Okay. So coming in number 9 on Inside Out is Wasn't It a Bit Like Now, which is the opening track. And, it's sort of one of those old-timey kind of tunes that was so big around that time. Kind of the in Winchester Cathedral, kind of, the sort of bowler hat, curly mustache, and ringly-dingly-do kind of thing. Yeah, well, did I say it was the opening track? Well, it's the opening track on the album. I only have it down at number 9. None of these 3 albums do I feel their strongest track is the opener. But all great albums. But that is going up against what I have coming in at number 9 on Birthday, which is Here in Here. Yeah, Here in Here. That was written and sung by Ted Bluchel Jr., who's the drummer. Yeah, he's the drummer, but he wrote this song, and he does the lead vocals on it. Great song. And that goes, well, these two go up against what I have at number 9 on the self-titled, which is Yes, I Will. And Yes, I Will is Russ Giguere and Larry Ramus singing together. And Larry Ramus, The Secret Weapon. What would I choose out of these 3, though? This might be a little tougher. Well, Wasn't It a Bit Like Now? By process of elimination, I'm cutting that one out. That's probably my third favorite amongst these 3. So it's between Here and Here and Yes, I Will. And I'm going to go Here and Here. So that's 3 for Birthday so far and 0 for the others. Well, okay, so what I have coming in at number 8 on Inside Out is Reputation. Yeah, Reputation. Now, that was written and sung by Brian Cole, the bass player. And that also has the infamous line, and all you Association fans probably know this, but where they sing, "She got pot, she got pot." Yeah, kind of like how the Beatles on Girls sing tit, 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 tit. Well, on Reputation, the Association sings, "She got pot." Yeah. So, the Association, the chicks they hang out with, they got pot. Okay, well, that goes up against what I have at number 8 on Birthday, which is The Time It Is Today. And that's a Russ Giguere track. Sunrise, sunset. And then those 2 tracks go up against what I have at number 8 on the self-titled, which is Look at Me, Look at You, the opening track on that album. See, I have that one, the opener on that album, ranked kind of low too. That's a Kirkman song. And that is an easy win for Time It Is Today. Yeah, Birthday gets a 4th one, while Inside Out and Association have 0. Oh, I promise you, the real serious shit is at the top of these lists. So I mean, it won't be this cut and dry after a couple of more songs. Okay, so coming in number 7 on Inside Out is Sometime by Russ Giguere, and that goes against what I have at number 7 on Birthday, which is the opening track, Come On In, which that song was, I guess, was making the rounds at the time. Whoever, I don't know offhand who wrote that. You can tell me in the comments down there. But the Monkees recorded this kind of around this time too, and Peter sang lead, and it was a contender for Birds and Bees, I believe, but it didn't end up making the album. Well, Come On In for the Association did make the album and is the opening track on Birthday. And, that goes against what I have at number 7 on the Association, self-titled, which is What Were the Words? Kind of a country-ish track by Jim Yester. And, What Were the Words is out of the running. That's definitely my least favorite of the three. Sometime is a contender, but I'm still going Come On In. Wow. Okay. Birthday is really, really trashing the other two albums here. This is absolute insanity. Okay. I mean, I knew I liked this album more, but I didn't know I liked it this much more. Okay. All right. Well, coming to number 6 on Inside Out is Happiness Is, written by the Idrisi brothers. And, oh man, what a good one that is. And that goes against what I have. Oh, shit. On Birthday. Number 6. Birthday Morning. Oh, man. Jim Yester. Okay, so Happiness Is and Birthday Morning go against what I have at number 6 on the self-titled, which is Are You Ready? Yeah, Larry Ramus. Larry Ramus is underrepresented on this self-titled album. This is one of his songs. This is his only real full-on track on that album. Oof. I mean... Ooh, so it's see, we're getting closer now. Things are starting to get a little bit more. Now, Are You Ready? I am gonna say is my third favorite amongst the three, so that one's not gonna win. But that's a really good one. I do really like that one. Like a really great kind of soul tune by Larry Ramus, who is probably the best singer in the Association for my money. But Happiness Is versus Birthday Morning. Man, it's really close between these two. It's really close. But you know what? I'm giving this to Inside Out. Yeah, I'm going with Happiness Is. And that's tough because, man, Birthday Morning. Ooh, that's right up there. But man, Happiness Is. Now that's some Larry Ramus right there. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, at last, something other than Birthday gets a point. Okay, so now we're in the top 5 here. My top 5 of these albums. Let me have to shift my lists here. Okay, so coming to number 5 on Inside Out, I have We Love Us. Oh man, ooh, that's written by Ted Bluchel, drummer, and sung by Ted and Larry Ramus. Now this Inside Out album is the first one that has Larry Ramus, and he's all over this album. They pretty much have him mixed in. Everybody, no matter who's singing what song, they have Larry in there just right alongside him. Like he's a total secret weapon on this, and like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, no matter who's singing, it's gonna sound that much better if you throw Larry in there. It's just like you can't lose. But We Love Us. Yeah, We Love Us. Now, that goes against what I have at number 5 on Birthday, which is Barefoot Gentleman. Oh. Jim Yester, written and sung by Jim Yester. This is an absolutely unbelievably gorgeous track. It's tear-inducing. This is just an unbelievable song, and those two go up against what I have at number 5 on the Association self-titled, which is Under Branches. Oh, fuck's sake! See, now here's where it gets really. Oh, God. Okay, so We Love Us versus Barefoot Gentleman versus Under Branches? Oh, fuck me. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, by a tiny, tiny bit, I'm going to put We Love Us at number 3 of these. Okay, so We Love Us is I'm putting that at number 3 out of these 3. But that is not by much. This is whoa, this is hardcore stuff. So Barefoot Gentleman versus Under Branches. Oh, fuck. I think I've said this a number of times, but I'm going to say it again. This is one of the toughest choices I've ever had on a track versus track. Or a track versus track versus track. Barefoot Gentleman versus Under Branches. Oh man. Okay, this is an absolute tie. Barefoot Gentleman and Under Branches is a tie. But I have to choose between them. Okay, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to hit pause here. There's going to be a jump cut. There's probably a few jump cuts in this video because I'm really tired and I'm making really dumb mistakes. So there are jump cuts, but this one's because I'm going to listen to a second of these songs because there's just no way I can do this, make this choice without just going back to them and really making a choice here because this is important shit. Okay, I just had a little listen to Barefoot Gentleman and Under Branches, a little just going back. I know the songs, but sometimes you have to just like stop playing them in your head and just play it and go okay, because this was a serious one. Now, Barefoot Gentleman, as I said, is an incredible track. The chorus of this song, I honestly, like, I'm feeling choked up right now. I can't listen to that song without getting emotional. Just that chorus alone. The verses are good, but it's really what the real power in that song for me is about the chorus. It destroys me. Under Branches, I like the whole thing more equally. Again, Barefoot Gentleman, it's all about that chorus. That's the big payoff, and it's just huge. And that one moment, I take over everything on all 3 of these songs. But Under Branches, I like more overall. So I choose Under Branches. And it's very tough to say that because Barefoot Gentleman is... So, the self-title finally gets one. Whew, okay. All right. So, coming in at number 4, we already know which album won, but let's continue here because there are some serious choices to be made. We're getting into the real shit here. So, coming in number 4 on Inside Out is When Love Comes to Me. Now, Jim Yester sings a song. It's a bouncy, poppy, atmospheric, kind of... It's kind of bouncy and poppy, but cinematic, and atmospheric at the same time. It's an incredible song with, Terry Kirkman doing the recorder solo. It's just... I had a hard time putting this song at merely number 4, but the song's above it. Like this could easily be my number 1 on this album. But... but the other 3 songs. But anyway, so that goes up against what I have at number 4 on Birthday, which is Rose Petals, Incense, and a Kitten. One of the most ridiculous song titles ever, but a great song. Jim Yester, written and sung. And those 2 go against what I have at number 4 on the self-titled, which is, oh man, Dubuque Blues. Dubuque Blues, which is, Jules Alexander. Now, I mentioned earlier Jules Alexander had been out for a couple albums, and he came back on this album. Jules Alexander brought the heat on this album. I mean, he brought in some serious stuff, and Dubuque Blues, one of my favorites on this record. Now, okay. Now, my process of elimination, Rose Petals, Incense, and a Kitten is relegated to number 3 out of these 3, so that's not going to win. Great song. I have it at number 4 on this album, but I don't like it more than the other 2 songs, or as much as the other 2 songs. But When Love Comes to Me against Dubuque Blues, oh, fuck me. Oh, man. When Love Comes to Me versus Dubuque Blues. Oh, Dubuque Blues is so good. And so is When Love Comes to Me. Okay, alright. So, I know what I'm going to choose. And this is tough because, yeah, this is... I'm going with When Love Comes to Me. Yeah, I really, it breaks my heart not to choose Dubuque Blues, because that is one of my very favorite Association tracks. But man, I'm going to have to give that to When Love Comes to Me. Okay, so coming in number 3 on Inside Out is On a Quiet Night. P.F. Sloan song. P.F. Sloan song. Sung by Jim Yester. And that goes up against what I have at number 3 on Birthday, which is Time for Livin'. Ooh. Yeah, Russ Gagiri and Larry Ramus teaming up for vocals there. Written by the Idrisi brothers, by the way. And man, what a track that is. What a great. There's a... I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. It's a YouTube channel where some guy takes 60s tracks like this and does remixes. He must have the stems somehow, and he does these remixes that sound so good. Some of them aren't quite on point as far as I'm concerned, but he has such a great mix of Time for Living that just is so good. Oh, it's, yeah. Anyway, well, On a Quiet Night and Time for Living go up against what I have at number 3 on the self-titled, which is The Nest. Oh, fuck me. On a Quiet Night versus Time for Living versus The Nest. Oh, The Nest. Talk about a dark horse Association track. And that's Brian Cole and Ted Bluchel, the bassist and the drummer, teaming up and just absolutely annihilating. Oh, God. Ooh. Oh, God. I have to cut again. I have to listen. I can't. This is just too close. Whew. Okay. All right. I think I have it. I think I'm able to choose now. And this is another one of those where it's just... I'm pretty sure I've done a good job vindicating to you. This is very close. I almost chose Time for Living. But I have to go with The Nest. Oh. The Nest is just, oh my God. The whole thing is incredible, but the outro alone, The Nest is calling. Yeah, The Nest. Okay, it's alright. I'm almost shell shocked over having to make that decision. Okay, so the Association got that one, the self-titled. Okay, number 2, coming in number 2 on Inside Out, Windy. Yeah, Russ Gagiri and Larry Ramus singing together on this Ruth Ann Friedman song, and a classic single. If you don't know this song, then you simply don't know any songs. If you don't know this, you have to know this song. Windy, going up against what happened number 2 on Birthday, which is Everything That Touches You. Written by Terry Kirkman, sung by Kirkman and Jim Yester. An incredible single that's not known by as many people, but it's, oh my God, Everything That Touches You. Okay, well, and oh shit, that goes up against what I have at number 2 on the Association, which is Love Affair. Oh. Windy versus Everything That Touches You versus Love Affair. Oh. Well, I know what I have to choose on this one. This is hardcore stuff, but I know what I have to choose on this. I choose Love Affair. Yeah. Over Windy, over everything that touches you. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Love Affair gets that. Okay. All right. Well, that brings me to my number one on each album. My number one song on Inside Out. You might have guessed. If it wasn't going to be Windy, it was certainly going to be Never My Love. Woo! Written by the Idrisi brothers. And that goes up against what I have at number one on Birthday, which is Like Always. Larry Ramus. Oh my god, okay. And those two go up against what I have at number one on the self-titled, which is Goodbye Forever. Jules Alexander, like I said, just bringing the absolute heat on the self-titled album. And of course, this is an outtake. Well, this was going up against... Well, this was kind of up against Goodbye Columbus to be chosen for the Goodbye Columbus soundtrack. Well, they ended up going with Goodbye Columbus, the song. But I'm glad they did, because that's perfect as a soundtrack title, track for that movie and the opening track on that album. And Goodbye Forever, I am very glad is on this album, because my god, Goodbye Forever, I think it's a better song, but I think Goodbye Columbus is better for the movie. This is better for this album. Oh my god, but Goodbye Forever versus Like Always versus Never My Love, this is impossible. This is literally impossible. This is absolutely impossible. Never My Love. I mean, I first discovered the song in the 80s on oldies radio. I would hear the song and I didn't know who it was. I kind of pictured it just being being some sort of British invasion band, doing a ballad. Like Always. Now that, oh my god. I love that song so much. It's a little Broadway-ish, this song, but when they go into that chorus, girl, let the world have my money, I don't care. And then the next change, girl, versus Goodbye Forever. This is ridiculous. This is impossible. This is impossible to choose. If I had two of these against one another, it would be impossible to choose. All three of these? I'm probably going to have to do an edit. I don't even have to listen to these. I'm just going to have to sit and have a personal crisis for a while. There's probably going to be an edit. Okay. I know what I'm going to choose, and it's by absolutely nothing. Because this is absolutely the ultimate example of a tie that I have run across yet on one of these. This is a tie, a three-way tie, but I have chosen. Now, the chorus on Like Always, the part I just sang, girl, let the world have my money. That section of that song is my favorite section out of any of these three songs. It's absolutely beyond magical. But I'm going with Goodbye Forever. Yeah, I can't believe it. Because it's going up against Like Always and Never My Love. How could Never My Love not be... I mean, maybe it's, the continued exposure on oldies radio maybe weakened it just a hair. But it hasn't, though, in a way. I mean, maybe in some way that I'm not really realizing, because the song's evergreen. I am not tired of it. I put it at number one. I sat here and had an existential crisis over this versus the other two songs. So I'm not tired of it in any way. But I think I'm going with Goodbye Forever. I guess I am. I put it down. Well, anyway, so Birthday did win, but only by 1. Yeah, Association self-titled got 4, Birthday got 5, and Inside Out only got 2. And I love Inside Out. Inside Out is an incredible album. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Overall, I think I like Inside Out even more than the self-titled. But, in these matchups, all right. Well, anyway, there you go. That is my track versus track versus track featuring the Association. And hopefully some of you were actually able to follow along on this. Hopefully I have a lot of Association fans on here. If any of you Association fans, be loud in the comments. Tell me all about how much you love all these songs, because I hope that you do. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you have. If you haven't, maybe consider subscribing, but click the little bell if you do, because of notifications. And shout out to Ralph Vieira of the Almost Human channel, because he's the one that started the whole track versus track thing. And I totally ripped off his idea, and he was totally cool about it. So I salute him. But come back this Thursday, because Crystal Durant and Tommy Von Boyd are going to be back here in the world famous As It Should Be Studios. And we are going to be, what are we going to be doing? Oh, we're going to be ranking the Eagles singles. Yeah, we ranked all the Eagles singles of the original run from 72 to 1980. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you'll come back for that. I will see you later.